So I own Art with Heart Designs. It's a boutique and design studio in Chatham, New Jersey. When you own your own store, boutique, shop, any retail establishment, there really isn't a typical day. But we do open up at 11 o'clock. I have to make sure things are the way they're supposed to be. I check my inventory to make sure if there's any new things I need to order. When people come in and customers, I try to help them to the best of my ability. We do a lot of custom work and personalization. So we have things that we create from scratch, ideas that are ours. So it's a lot of kind of collaborating with the person for the gift. They come in and they usually give us a price point of how much they want to spend. And then we kind of work a gift into that to make sure it's something special for them. The store was never a dream or something I really thought I was ever going to do. This whole business started because my daughter was 14 years old and started making jewelry. And one summer she made more than $800. And I sat down with her explaining that it's no longer a hobby, that you actually have to become a business. And as we started talking, we came up with a business plan. With Art with Heart Design, she would make jewelry and I would do my graphic work, and we would do a lot of fundraising events. And we give 20% of our proceeds to different charities. So we started out doing a lot of shows like Oak Knoll Show and Del Barton Show and different fundraising events. And then kind of morphed into them wanting to also do clothing and have a store and a boutique. And we found this space, which came tiny little spot, and we love the beach and little beach shops, so we kind of took a beach theme and kind of made the store what it is today. So I went to Penn State University. I'm not going to say what year because it was a long time ago. And I thought I wanted to be an architect. I love houses, I loved building. So I started out with my first year in architecture, found out it was going to be a 5-year program, 2-year apprenticeship, take way too much time in my life, and it was very difficult. So I kind of went back to being creative, and I decided to major in graphic design. And majoring in graphic design, you can publish books, you can create logos for people, branding. So everything you see in a store that comes in a box on a shelf is pretty much a graphic designer had designed it. So that's what I started out with, and I did that my first year out of college. And then I got the opportunity to work at Tommy Hilfiger with fashion clothing, and I started there, and I worked there for 12 years, and I was a design director when I left. Loved it. Now decided to stay home with my kids, and then went back into building houses in Chatham. Kind of went back to what I like doing with the architecture, and then now I'm full circle back to what I went to school for, which was graphic design. But I will say it was kind of nice that I did a major, but I still minored in business, which I think no matter what you do in life, you can always find a niche with a business background or a couple business classes that will help you with no matter what you want to do. The advantage is that it is my own company, so I can decide what hours I'm going to have the store open. I can decide everything that is in the store is handpicked by me or my daughter sometimes. And it allows me to give other women opportunities. Some of my artwork that is here is women that are going back trying to be artists or deciding what they want to do in their life after their kids and their families. Some of the challenges are the fact that you are the sole owner and you are responsible. So if someone calls in sick, you have to take up on the slack on that. Another big challenge is trying to decide even what to order. So do I have too much inventory, not enough inventory? We are a small little shop in Chatham. Chatham's a small town. I don't want 20 kids walking around with the same star sweatshirt. So I try to buy things in small quantities. That way it's kind of special for everybody. Another challenge is everything is on my shoulders. So I kind of handle all of the accounting for the store, the buying for the store, the merchandising for the store, the displays for the store. Sometimes my daughters help out, or some of the girls that work for me may help out with that. They have fun dressing the mannequins and switching them out sometimes. But that's, I'd say, the biggest challenge is really that everything will fall on your shoulders. My customers range. So I have customers that are middle schoolers coming in, buying some jewelry, buying some of the clothing. I have high schoolers coming in the same, and college kids. I have moms and grandparents. One thing that we did think about when opening this store up is that we wanted to basically have something that anybody can come in the store and can find something for that gift for that special person that they wanted. So with the flexibility of owning my own business, as I said before, I can close it down if I have to or we have an emergency or something. But it allows me to go to my daughter's games when she has them, go away for the weekend, and it just gives me the flexibility to be as creative as I want. So I don't go to a show, whether it be a clothing show or a gift show, and say I'm panicked because I have to buy something. I kind of go there more for like kind of ideas and kind of see what's new and trendy and out there. And then I come back and I kind of mull it over and I think of how I can relate that into objects or create things that I want to have in the store that I think people would like to have. The most challenging thing about my job is when someone comes in and for whatever reason I can't find a solution for them here in my store. I rack my brains to try to figure out where they can get something that they need, and I will get on the phone and call another store, or I will go on the internet and look, because I just always want someone to come in here and feel like even if they couldn't get it here, we've helped them find a solution. So the best part of my job, which I may cry and I apologize if I do, we do these things called comfort gifts. So when someone loses someone they love, a grandparent, a father, a mother, we take their signature and we'll put it with a little saying in a small frame. I had a woman come to me and she gave me a piece of fabric, because we put fabric on pillows. We make like lacrosse jerseys and things like that. And a woman came to me and gave me this beautiful black watch plaid and said, my husband and I, we met at Shelter Island, and that's where we got engaged and that's where we got married. And, you know, I would love to make a Shelter Island pillow. So I said, sure. And I went and I took the outline and I cut out the Shelter Island and I put it on the white pillowcase. And then she came in the store and she loved it. And she looked at me and she goes, would you be able to make me 8 more before Christmas, 2 weeks prior to Christmas? And I must have looked at her like a deer in headlights. And she said, oh, I'm sorry. Did I not tell you my husband passed away 3 weeks ago? And I looked at her and I said, I am so impressed that you're able to come in here, and I'm just so sorry, I didn't know. And she said, no, don't be sorry. She said, it's just I'm on autopilot. I have children and grandchildren, and this is so meaningful for my whole family. And this is just, so those type of things is why I wouldn't care if I didn't make a penny. This to me is not about making a lot of money. Money doesn't always bring you the happiness, but I feel that when I'm making other people happy by a special, thoughtful gift, that's what brings me joy. I would tell my 20-year-old self to not eat so much sugar. Oh wait, but this is about business, sorry. I would tell my 20-year-old self to do what you enjoy. So if you have pressure from friends, family, anybody saying, you know, you should go and be a business major, you should be a lawyer, you should be an engineer, you should not graduate with an art degree because you won't be able to do anything with it. And as we can see, this proof is not true. Really follow your dreams. And it sounds so corny and cliche, but if you enjoy something, you will be able to make something of it as long as you have a passion for it and as long as you do it to the best of your ability. I would tell my kids, if you want to be a garbage man, that's totally fine with me. Just be the best garbage man you can be. If you don't want to go to college and you want to travel, that's fine. But you need to be the best person you can be. And with that also comes always giving to others and giving back to other people. And if you have a career where you're doing wonderfully or you're being a social worker and not making a lot of money, it doesn't matter, but always helping others along the way is going to give you such fulfillment you won't even realize.